There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Random DOS Game Show. And today we have, apparently, a crack screen. Alright, so, yeah, this copy of Jetsons, the computer game, was acquired through maybe dubious means. So let's just go ahead and skip past that. But yes, the game we are covering today, it's called Jetsons, the computer game. As you may surmise, this is based off of the Hanna-Barbera Jetsons cartoon, and in particular, apparently this particular game was based off of the Jetsons animated movie that I think released in like 1990 or something like that. I'm not too familiar with the Jetsons, truth be told. I was more of a dinosaur kid back in the day, so I tended to gravitate towards the Flintstones more. But I do remember watching the Jetsons movie vaguely back in preschool. I think they showed it to the class one day when there wasn't anything on the school itinerary, but suffice to say, I hardly remember anything about it. But as you see with the credits there too, this game was developed and ported to a variety of different microcomputers, not just the IBM PC, so that's an interesting little tidbit. But without any further ado, I just hit enter. Alright, we got Jetson's boss telling him to go back to work, and looks like we're thrust right into things. So there was no menu or anything. So yeah, I am controlling George Jetson here with the arrow keys. I don't know how to interact with things, or if there is an interact button. But for now, I guess, let's just explore the environment. Can I head this direction? Yes, I can. Alright. Those look suitably dangerous. Can I walk through the doors? Yes, I can. So, I have a time and energy meter. Looks like I just picked up some money. I'm not sure what they call money in the Jetsons universe, if they're space bucks or something, or space dollars, but alright. So this is presumably George's workplace. And yeah, we're just wandering around. I can't imagine the boss will be particularly happy with us just wandering around aimlessly, but can I get past this? Okay. So I lost a bit of energy. So the game is a little forgiving in that regard. It's not like a... Whoa! It's not like a one-hit kill deal and that sort of things. I think I got caught in those, like... looks like reel-to-reel devices there, so... Yeah, those spiked things, I don't know if they're chairs or what, they're moving so fast, I don't think there's a way for you to avoid taking damage if you want to. Ah, that's Jetson's boss, okay. I'm not sure if he's glowering at us in particular, or if that's just meant to be like a morale thing or something, but he doesn't look very happy, so maybe he is looking at us. But we are on a time limit, but alright, I'm gonna see. Enter doesn't work, spacebar doesn't work. Function keys don't seem to be working. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a way to interact, if there's a way to use or anything like that, so I'm just gonna, yeah. And as you've probably been listening to, you'll no doubt catch on that this is playing the theme song to the Jetsons. It seems like it's the only track that plays, though, so this might get grating fast, but at least it's a pleasant enough choice of, I don't know, sound font or whatnot they use for this. I'm not sure if this is Ad-Lib or Sound Blaster or MT32, but alright, I think I'm dead. Oh, nope. Not quite. Oh, boss man, no. Okay, so he's chasing me around. I need to get out of here. Okay, so I lost a life by looks of things on the bottom left. So... yeah, it doesn't seem to... I think... Whoa, okay. So I guess you're just running around picking up money, I guess, or something, so... yeah, I mean... this is a licensed game, after all, and licensed games kind of have a reputation, particularly back in these days, for being kind of cheap cash-ins, not a lot of thought and effort put into this sort of thing, and this might be no different by the looks of things. It's quite unforgiving, so... Hey there, Editor Nostril here with a bit of a correction. So originally in this part of the recording I mentioned that this game was published by High-Tech Expressions, which was a company that originally produced business productivity software until they found unexpected success when they made some Christmas card creation software, to which they pivoted to making similar forms of interactive entertainment, including computer games. It turns out, however, that this game was published by High-Tech Software instead, which was a company that seems to have specialized in making a bunch of licensed games. So there you have it. Thought I would set the record straight, and it just goes to show how challenging sometimes it is to keep all of these developers and publishers of DOS games straight in your head. Now, this is out of order, so I can't do anything about this, but... oh, yep, okay. Seems like a particularly perilous workplace, with very little in the way of safety standards. You would think a futuristic setting would be a little safer to work in, but... oop, I think I lost another life, so... alright, well I think I've seen enough here. No need to drag this out, so I'll go ahead and meet you back on, well I guess there isn't a main menu, but I'll meet you back on the intro splash screen. So that's Jetsons the computer game, a licensed game based off of the Jetsons movie, and there's really nothing remarkable about this that sets it apart from other licensed games. It's certainly not the worst licensed game that you'll ever play, but it's definitely going to get lost in the sea of other similar titles around this time and such, so pretty unremarkable for the most part. Apparently there are subsequent levels where you play as other members of the Jetsons family, but you're probably not going to be bothered to play for that long. Now, the visuals are decent enough though, and the music is pretty pleasant, pleasant rendition of the Jetsons theme, but if it's the only track that plays, like I suspect, based off of my play session, then you're probably going to get tired of it pretty quickly. So, now if you're like the biggest Jetsons fan in the world and you need a Jetsons DOS game fix, then this probably is your best bet, because there were only 2 Jetsons games released for DOS, and this is the newer one of the 2, so it could be the better game to play, but unless you fall into that really niche category, then this game really isn't going to do much for you. And if you like licensed DOS games for some reason, then stick around. We here on the Random DOS Game Show will be tackling the entirety of the DOS gaming library as best we can, which includes a ton of licensed games that were released on the platform over the decades. And if you like what you see here, consider subscribing. But that's it for today. Time to make like the Jetsons air car and fly on out of here. And until next time, take care everyone.